Welcome everyone to HFN. Today is November the 7th, 2019. Here to give you all the news according to the charts. And look at this analyst right here on your screen. He is looking for the banking sector to continue to see some higher prices. And that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to see if, in fact, this particular market for the financials is ready to see higher prices. He's going to recommend 3 stocks in the financial sector that he is expecting to see higher prices. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to listen to what he has to say. And then after that, we're going to look at his recommendations on the price chart to see if, in fact, the price chart agrees with him. So first, let's take a listen to see what he has to say.
Market having some impact on the financials, and one top technician's doubling down on his bullish bank bet. Let's get to Chris Veronis, he's over at the Plasmas to break it all down. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Mel. And listen, I think we have to start with what kicked off this entire move, and that's the uninversion of the yield curve. This is U.S. 2s and 10s, so 10-year yield minus 2-year yield. This is the low, -5 basis points on August 27th. I think the irony, late August, recession talk is pervasive. The PMI had just printed sub 50. That is when this move towards financials and cyclicality really began. So now we have a choice here. We have banks up 22% since late August. Are we going to take profit or are we going to press? And I think we press here. And I'm going to give you a couple names where there's more to go. Citigroup, obviously a bellwether. But let's just go back and think about the history here. This is a stock that doubled off the 16 lows. We then had a 40% drawdown over the last 2 years. It is just beginning to come out of this base. We got up through that key 73 level. I think the next near-term target's 86. I think longer term, this is a $100 name. Goldman Sachs, one of the brokers. Another name, it's had a bear market, down 47% over the last 2 years. Again, starting to bottom here. Just broke out above that 222 level. I think tactically, 250 is the name there. And then lastly, and we almost feel dirty saying it because it's been such a bad stock for so long, but even the European banks quietly acting better. This is Deutsche Bank. I think we're near resolution. We've been this little wedge here for the last number of weeks. We think ultimately this one breaks out. The one number that I want to give you here, there are 30 analysts that cover DB. Only one of them has a buy on it. Extremely out of consensus. The chart is getting better. Its peers around the world are improving. The curve continues to steepen. Be long banks, double down.
All right.
Be long banks and double down is what he's saying about Citigroup, Goldman Sachs, and Deutsche Bank. Now we need to look at the price chart to see if, in fact, that is what we're getting. And let's do that right now. All right. So let's start off with the first one that he recommended, and it was Citigroup. So let's go ahead and put that in. And we're going to look at Citigroup on the long time frame first. Okay, so this is the long time frame in the market for Citigroup. You can see right here that the market in Citigroup is actually giving us a lot of consolidational trading, right? The market is definitely seeing a pretty good up move. The strength is coming into the market on the monthly time frame for Citigroup stock. Very, very good to see that play out, right? So it has been following this uptrend line that we have drawn on our chart. And you can see precisely that the market is still following that trajectory. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of this line there because it's not playing an active role currently. And it is in a very slow trajectory. Now, the question that needs to be answered is, where can we find the resistance level to be in the market in Citigroup? Now, he had a price target ultimately at around $100. And I could actually see that feasible in Citigroup, especially once we crack that $80 level. So I'm definitely seeing the prospect in Citigroup to hit around $80. So I would be in agreement with him, with the market and Citigroup trying to continue to see the movement higher. Now, for us, we're not going to expect it to go all the way up there to $100 yet. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this on Citigroup, our forecast into the market. Okay, And we said maybe around $80. I could still see some resistance coming into the market in Citigroup around 78 as well. So we will definitely take some profits off the market in Citigroup at that particular level. So this is the weekly chart in the market in Citigroup. It does look well. So we will be playing that one with expectation of it moving higher. Okay. Now the second one that he had was Goldman Sachs. So let's go ahead and input Goldman Sachs. And let's take a look at the price chart. So monthly time frame, you all can see that, yes, it has been in a massive weakness phase starting right here during the month of 2018. Beginning half of 2018 was the bear market that he was talking about. Since then, this market has saw some strength entering this particular space. It is showing us some strength right now. But again, I want you all to see in the market in Goldman Sachs to where resistance lies. If we conclude on this monthly price bar right here for November above 220, I will also be expecting the market in Goldman Sachs to continue to see some higher prices. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that as well. But this one is under contingency that we will be able to hold $220 for support. All right, let's go ahead and move this around. So I'm just going to hold that 220 in the market for Goldman Sachs to be support. Or was it 210? So this is it right there. All right. Yeah, we're going to hold around 210 in the market for Goldman Sachs. Now I want to zoom out. I want to see if we're actually getting some resistance around this particular stock. And we're really not getting any resistance, maybe around at 230. So I would definitely be taking some TP off that level around at 230, which would be about 2.63%. But right now, we're going to expect this market in Goldman Sachs to continue to move higher. This is a very long-term trajectory. I might want to play this on a weekly time frame. Let's see what's got going on the weekly. So yeah, let's play this one on the weekly. And we're going to hold that and we're going to save it. Okay. Now, the last one that he was talking about was Deutsche Bank. So let's go ahead and check this one out real quick. Now, obviously, you can tell that no one is showing interest in Deutsche Bank. It's in a massive, massive phase of weakness. And it hasn't stopped yet. Right. But we have seen an increase in volume into the market in Deutsche Bank ever since 2017, continuing into 2020. Zooming in on the monthly time frame, I mean, we're still getting so many cases of weakness. I don't think it's as strong as Citigroup and Goldman Sachs, but the prospect of it moving higher is definitely here with the increase in volume and the amount of strength bars that we're seeing at the bottom of this particular price chart. But overall, we're still within a consolidation phase. So I'm not too confident in the market in Deutsche Bank just yet. But I mean, how low can you go into the market in Deutsche Bank? The only way that you can really go is all the way down to zero. Okay. Now, the key point in Deutsche Bank for support is at $7. So let's play the market in Deutsche Bank to continue to see a progressive move higher. But understand, it's not as strong as what I'm seeing in the other stocks. Okay. So let me go ahead and zoom this in. Trying to make it as even as possible. And we said $7 would be support, but we'll hold it and bring it down just a tad. Okay. Resistance is around $8, so I would TP the market in Deutsche Bank, which would be about 3.35%. All right. But we'll hold this here on the weekly time frame in Deutsche Bank. So actually, The analyst is actually pretty on point with the analysis of showing these three stocks as buying opportunities. The only one out of the three that I would look at as kind of suspect would be Deutsche Bank. Okay, Citigroup, Goldman Sachs definitely have strength in play, but Deutsche Bank is kind of iffy. All right, but we're going to play this one as well as moving higher. Our TP in Deutsche Bank is going to be around $8, but it can move a little higher than that, especially on the monthly time frame and longer. Okay, but not longer than maybe 6 months or so. So that's our expectations. Give us your thoughts. Give us your opinion with a comment in the comment section of this video. And as always, hit that subscribe button, like and share these videos, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook, and then join us